Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Anoka said, praise be to the earthly mother. Praise be to the Kahe, the Holy Spirit, in the name of his only begotten Son, Masa the Lamb, unification to the nation. I wasn't supposed to be making uh, any research videos. I wasn't supposed to, but I'm sitting here doing the PDF of the books of the Brothers of Jared. Hopefully, I'm able to get both of them out in the next few days or so. Hopefully by Shabbat, which is in, today is Thursday evening. But I was flipping through like some of the last pages, and I came across his map. So when I first saw it, I was getting annoyed because I'm like, oh, this guy, he's still drawing whatever he saw in the Urim and Thummim. Like, he's drawing it in the map. And I'm just like, why? Why are you doing this? Just draw what you see. Stop drawing things based on what you think. Right? You need to be a bit more objective. I'm criticizing him and things of that sort. But then something catches my eye because I'm trying to find something that will help me stick to something. Now, the Valley of Armageddon, I don't know where the hell. Excuse me. I don't know where the hell I'll be able to find something like that. Right? Nowhere is named the Valley of Armageddon that I'm aware of. So then I go to the next, place that maybe I could find something, and that is the wilderness of Pisgah. And you guys won't believe what I looked up. What I saw when I looked it up. The Pisgah is a national forest that's located in North Carolina, right? And I think this place, Croatian, I think that has to do with Egypt, doesn't it? If I'm not mistaken. And Mount Nebo is here. Nebo, I didn't even see this before. Let's click on this real quick. Nebo, North Carolina, is an unincorporated community. I'm just like, I wouldn't have. A brother actually sent me a comment that said maybe everything happened on the East Coast of the United States instead of the West Coast. And I'm just like, maybe, right? I'm doing, my research on the Romans in Brazil, and Roman artifacts aren't found on the West like that. They look like they originated in the East Coast of the U.S., the Caribbeans, and Brazil. But there could be another theory emerging, right? Check this out. First, let's go look at my primary theory of Jerusalem, not all the land of Israel, but Jerusalem being in the lower part of California, which is the San Diego area. Say it's because the Salton Sea is there. You have this curvature, right? And California is the place where everything comes from, right? It has the cedar trees of Lebanon or the redwoods. That video didn't come out yet. I'll release that video next week, but it has everything here pretty much. So that was my primary theory. My secondary theory was the Terra Sancta theory in Australia / Antarctica. That is another theory that I had. But a third theory has emerged. So if this place, if the wilderness of Pisgah is supposedly in North Carolina, or at least in the Carolina region, that must mean that Pisgah is below Jerusalem. Is to the how do you say it? The southwest. So that made me want to do this, right? And then I zoomed in on some areas that could represent a curvature of some sort. So I did. And then I climbed up to Florida. and I found this. Now, I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is the land. I don't know. But I just find it very odd. You know what really caught my eye? It was that little piece right there. That is what caught my eye. What is it called? Titusville? Titusville. Oh man, oh man, this is truly going to wrap up. Oh man, I'm just not gonna say anything. Izzy, you know what I'm talking about if you're watching this video. But do you see that little like piece, right? You see that little piece on the top, and then it curves, right? It curves in a very straight line. It's very similar to how modern day Israel curves, right? And then the only real sea I see is Lake George, right? That's the only real sea that I see. Also, other than unlike the Salton Sea in California, this body of water is traveling all the way up to this curvature. It's so loud, so loud. So loud. It's traveling up all the way to around this curvature in a similar way that the person depicted that picture. If I could go back to it. See? It's pretty similar. Pretty similar. It's not entirely similar. So I looked up Lake George and I was trying to see, well, is Lake George a salty lake? Let's see. Is Lake George salty? Lake George, or Lake Welaka, is a broad and shallow brackish lake on the St. Johns River in the U.S. state of Florida. Wait, that's not what I wanted to read. Is Lake George salty? So what about George? Lake George has significant salt content. In fact, the saline level is enough that many seawater fish and plant species thrive in its waters. There is a large blue crab fishery that forms a significant part of the local economy. So it is also a salty sea, right? Hey, this stuff is it's kind of odd. I'm not gonna lie to you. The land looks very similar to what people depict as being so-called Israel. Let me see if I could go to it real quick. See, a similar curvature, right? It's not the exact same thing, but it's just a theory. We just playing around with this, right? Seeing what we could find. I'm just saying this is a possibility as well. It is. Believe it or not, if you do some research on, Egypt on the east coast of the United States, it's a possibility. There's a bunch of giant bones found in these lands. So it definitely is a possibility. It is. But again, we're just asking questions. We don't know anything here. All we're trying to do is look for the truth, right? So we will continue to do so. No matter what the people who don't want to, who are too scared to do and say anything, whatever they think, I don't really care. You shouldn't care either. But let me know what you guys think about this little theory that I came up with. Shalom.